I still remember that morning like a dream that turned into a nightmare. The sun was soft and golden. The air smelled of roses, perfume, and happiness. My daughter Anna was getting married, and for a moment, everything felt perfect. Her white dress shimmered like early morning light, and her smile, oh, that smile, it could light up any room. As I watched her walk down the aisle, I whispered a silent prayer. May she always be loved. May she always be safe. That day, there was laughter, music, and the clinking of glasses. Everyone said it was a beautiful wedding, small, intimate, filled with love, and it truly was. But the next morning, everything changed. When I woke up, the house felt too quiet. Her room, still scattered with leftover ribbons, makeup brushes, and the faint smell of her perfume, was empty. At first, I thought maybe she and her husband, Michael, had gone on their honeymoon early. But when I called, his phone went straight to voicemail. Her phone, too. Then, as hours passed, I started to feel something deep inside me. That cold, sinking feeling every mother knows too well. Something wasn't right. I checked her wardrobe. Empty. Her suitcase was gone, of course. But the odd thing was, her wedding photo was missing from the living room table. The one she said she'd take later. That's when I noticed an envelope sitting quietly on her bed. It had my name on it. Mom. Her handwriting. Calm. Clean, familiar. My hands trembled as I opened it. Inside was a small piece of paper with only 3 words written on it. Don't look, Mom. That's all. No explanation, no signature, just those 3 words. For a long time, I couldn't breathe. I kept staring at the note, trying to make sense of it. Don't look? What did that mean? Was she in danger? Was someone forcing her to say that? I ran to Michael's house, her new home, but the gate was locked and no one answered. The neighbors said they hadn't seen them return after the wedding night. I remember standing there in the empty street, holding that note against my chest. The wind blew softly, carrying the sound of distant bells. And in that moment, a quiet thought came to me, a thought that would haunt me for years. Maybe my daughter didn't disappear. Maybe she was hiding. That was the day my world changed. The day joy turned into silence. The day I began to live with one question that echoed through my heart. Why would my daughter tell me not to look for her? Before that day, our home was filled with laughter. It was just the 2 of us, me and Anna. Her father had passed away when she was 8, so we learned to live together in our own quiet rhythm. We didn't have much, but we had love, and it was enough. Our little house stood at the end of Maple Street. The paint on the porch was peeling, and the garden often smelled of wild jasmine. Every morning, Anna would come down the stairs with messy hair and sleepy eyes, saying, "Mom, coffee first, life later." And I'd laugh. I'd make her pancakes, and she'd steal half before they even reached the table. She was that kind of girl, gentle, thoughtful, always dreaming. She loved books more than parties, rain more than sunshine, and silence more than noise. And yet, she had this light in her, something warm that made everyone feel at ease. When she fell in love with Michael, I was happy for her. He was polite, soft-spoken, and seemed to adore her. They met at a local library where she volunteered on weekends. He'd come there to study, and she'd help him find books he didn't really need, just to talk a little longer. At first, I wasn't sure. There was something guarded about him, a kind of quiet that didn't feel peaceful. It felt heavy. But love makes you believe in people. And when Anna told me she was sure, truly sure, I didn't question her heart. "Mom," she said one evening, "he listens to me. He makes me feel seen. And I smiled, hiding my worry, because that's what mothers do. We hide our fears behind smiles. The months before the wedding were full of small, beautiful moments. I still remember sewing beads on her veil late into the night. She sat beside me, humming softly, her eyes full of dreams. "Do you ever miss Dad?" she asked me suddenly. I looked at her and nodded. "Every day. But he's in the laughter, you know, in the light that still finds its way into this house." She smiled and said, "I hope my home feels like that too, full of light." Those words would stay with me long after she left. A few days before the wedding, she became different. Not sad exactly, but quieter. She'd sit by her window longer than usual, staring outside as if waiting for something. Once, I asked, "Is everything all right, Anna?" She looked at me, smiled faintly, and said, "I'm just thinking, Mom, about the future." But her eyes told another story, a kind of worry I couldn't quite name. That night, I heard her whispering on the phone. Her voice was tense. When I knocked, she quickly said, "Just a friend, Mom. Go to sleep." So I did, because trust, once again, made me blind. On her wedding day, she looked radiant, but not in the way brides usually do. There was a stillness in her, like she was saying goodbye to something. When I hugged her before she walked down the aisle, she held me a second longer than usual. She whispered, "Whatever happens, Mom, just remember I love you." I laughed softly, thinking she was just emotional. I said, "Of course, my love. You're my heart." But she didn't laugh back. She just smiled. That small, tired smile that now breaks my heart every time I remember it. After the wedding, I helped them load their bags into the car. Michael thanked me politely, kissed my cheek, and said, "We'll call you tomorrow." Anna hugged me once more, tightly. Her perfume lingered on my sweater, long after the car disappeared down the road. That night, I made her favorite soup and kept it warm, just in case they came back to visit before leaving for their honeymoon. But the soup turned cold, the clock ticked, and the silence grew heavier. The next morning, when I found the note, I remembered her words at the altar. "Whatever happens, remember I love you." And suddenly, it didn't sound like a simple goodbye. It sounded like a warning. For weeks after she vanished, I searched quietly. I called her friends. Every corner of the house whispered her presence. Her favorite cup, the scarf she forgot on the chair, the plant she promised to water after the honeymoon. All of it stared at me like ghosts frozen in time. I'd wake up at dawn, make 2 cups of tea, and place one across from me at the table. I'd pretend she was still there, that she just overslept, and any moment I'd hear her footsteps again. But she never came. And the note? That small piece of paper with "Don't look, Mom," written in her hand, became my prayer and my curse. Because how could a mother not look for her child? Sometimes I'd sit by the window at night and talk to her out loud. "Where are you, Anna? Are you safe? Did I miss something? Was there a sign I didn't see?" Only the wind answered, softly brushing the curtains, as if trying to comfort me. Little did I know, the truth I was searching for was closer than I imagined. And one day, it would find me first. They say time heals all wounds. But what they don't tell you is, sometimes time just teaches you how to live with the pain. It had been 3 months since Anna's disappearance. The police had stopped calling. Friends stopped visiting. Even neighbors stopped asking questions. But I couldn't stop. Every night, I'd pull out the old box, the one where I kept her letters, her photos, her drawings, searching for something I might have missed before. A sign, a clue, a whisper. One evening, while I was dusting her bookshelf, a small folded paper fell from between her diary pages. It wasn't her handwriting. It was his, Michael's. The note said, "We'll talk tonight. No one must know." My hands trembled. My heart pounded. Why would he leave a note like that in her diary? And why would she hide it? The next day, I went to the police again. The officer sighed as I approached. "Mrs. Harper, we've done everything we can. They probably left on their own." I looked at him and said quietly, "Then why did she tell me not to look?" He didn't answer, just looked at me the way people look at those they pity. That was the day I stopped expecting help. If I was going to find her, I'd have to do it alone. I began retracing their steps, every place they had visited in those last days. The library, the park, even the small cafe where they used to sit by the window. At the cafe, an old waiter recognized me. "You're Anna's mother, aren't you?" he asked. "Yes," I whispered. "Do you remember her last visit here?" He thought for a moment. "She came in a few days before the wedding. She looked upset. She was alone that day." "Alone?" I repeated. "Yes. She stayed for almost an hour, kept checking the door, like she was waiting for someone. Then she left suddenly, without fid." That single detail pierced through my heart like glass. She was waiting for someone. But who? And what had happened that day? That night, I searched her things again. Inside a small jewelry box, hidden under velvet cloth, I found a tiny USB drive. It had no label, no note. I didn't own a computer, so the next morning, I went to the local library, the same one where she used to volunteer. When I plugged in the drive, there was only one file inside. A video. It was blurry, filmed secretly, maybe from a phone. In it, Anna and Michael were arguing in a car. She was crying. He was shouting. I couldn't hear every word, but one sentence was clear. "If you tell her, I'll destroy everything." I froze. "Tell who?" I whispered to the screen. "Me?" Then Anna's voice, trembling, soft. "You don't understand, Michael. She deserves to know." The video ended abruptly. My heart sank. I sat there for a long time, hands shaking, unable to breathe. What was she trying? What was she trying to tell me? What secret was she carrying? When I got home that night, I couldn't sleep. I replayed every memory, every word she had said in those last days. And then it hit me. The night before the wedding, when she said, "Whatever happens, remember I love you." It wasn't just a goodbye. It was a warning, wrapped in love. Days turned into weeks. And then, one morning, I received a letter in my mailbox. No return address, just my name, written in a hurried scrawl. That night, I packed a small bag, took a flashlight, and drove toward the woods. The road was quiet, the moon full and pale. Every mile felt heavier. Every tree whispered her name. When I reached the old cabin, the air was thick with silence. The door was slightly open. Inside, everything was covered in dust, except for the table. On it lay a photograph frame, the same family picture that used to hang in our living room years ago. How did it get here? I stepped closer, heart pounding, and that's when I saw it, scratched faintly on the table's wooden surface. "Mom, don't trust him." I froze. The room felt colder. I whispered, "Who, Anna? Who shouldn't I trust?" Then from outside, I heard footsteps, slow, heavy, getting closer. I turned off the flashlight and held my breath. The door creaked open slightly, but no one entered. A car engine started somewhere in the distance, then faded away. When I stepped outside again, the woods were silent, but I could feel it. Someone had been there, watching me. That night, I knew two things for sure. Anna had discovered something before she disappeared. Whoever took her, or whatever truth she uncovered, wasn't finished yet. The morning after the cabin visit, I couldn't shake off that message. Mom, don't trust him. I kept hearing it in my head, like a whisper echoing through an empty room. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw her handwriting carved into that table. Trembling, desperate. I spent the next few days trying to piece it together. Who was him? Michael? Someone else? Or was it a warning from a time long before her wedding? Then, something unexpected happened. One afternoon, while I was at the grocery store, a woman approached me. She was in her 50s, her eyes kind but tired. "Excuse me," she said softly. "You're Anna's mother, right?" I hesitated. "Yes. Do you know her?" She nodded slowly. "She used to volunteer at our shelter. She was helping a young girl, someone in trouble." My heart raced. "Do you remember the girl's name?" She looked down, then whispered, "Emily, about 12 years old." Anna was very protective of her, almost like a big sister. I swallowed hard. "Do you know what happened to her?" The woman's voice dropped lower. "They both stopped coming one day. And then, Michael showed up. He told us Anna had moved away." That night, I sat in the dark, staring at my daughter's photo. Pieces began falling into place, quietly, painfully. Anna had found someone, a child, someone she wanted to protect. Michael must have known. And whatever that secret was, it drove her to write that note. "Don't look." But I couldn't stop now. The next morning, I called Michael's old workplace. He had left his job months before Anna's disappearance. The receptionist hesitated before saying he asked to have his mail forwarded to a cabin near Miller Creek. Miller Creek, that was just 10 miles from where I found the scratched message. I felt a chill run through my body. This wasn't over, not yet. By evening, I was back on that lonely road, the forest thick with fog. This time, I wasn't afraid, only determined. When I reached the cabin again, I saw a faint light glowing inside. I stepped quietly to the window, and there he was, Michael, older, unshaven, eyes hollow. He was sitting at the same table, staring at the photograph of our family. I pushed the door open slowly. It creaked. He didn't look up. "Why?" I whispered. He flinched. Then his voice broke. "You shouldn't be here. Tell me the truth, Michael," I said softly. "Where is she?" He covered his face with his hands. "She found out," he murmured. "She found out what I did." My heart pounded. "What did you do?" He looked at me, eyes red, voice trembling. "Remember the day your husband died? The car accident?" I nodded slowly. My throat went dry. "It wasn't an accident," he said. "It was me." The words hit me like a wave. I stared at him, frozen, unable to move, unable to breathe. He continued, tears streaming down his face. "I was drunk. I took his car that night. I didn't mean to. I didn't even know until the next morning, when they said he was gone." He broke down, sobbing. I felt the air leave my lungs. The ground beneath me seemed to vanish. All these years, I had blamed fate, bad weather, a dark road. But the truth was sitting right in front of me. He looked up again, eyes hollow. I met Anna years later. She didn't know, but when she found out the truth, when she learned I was the one who killed her father, she couldn't forgive me. She tried to protect you from knowing. She wrote that note because she didn't want you to suffer. My knees gave out, and I fell into a chair. Tears blurred my vision. I whispered, "She left because of that?" He nodded slowly. "She said she needed time. She said she couldn't live with me, not after what she found out. I begged her not to tell you. She promised she wouldn't. Then she disappeared. I thought she'd come back." His voice cracked, but she never did. Silence filled the room. Only the sound of rain tapping gently against the window. For a long time, I couldn't speak. I just sat there, the truth wrapping around me like a storm. Then I said, quietly, "And the girl? Emily? He looked startled. She was the child of the man who found out the truth. Anna was helping her. They were supposed to leave together, but something went wrong. I leaned forward, whispering, "Where is she now?" He hesitated. "She's safe. She's grown up now." Anna made sure of it. Outside, thunder rolled softly across the hills. I stood up, looking around the small room. The dusty furniture, the photo, the faint smell of time and regret. "So," I said slowly, "my daughter carried this secret to protect me." He nodded. "Yes." I felt my tears fall silently. She suffered so I wouldn't have to. For a long time, neither of us moved. Then I said the only thing that came to my heart. "I forgive you, Michael." He looked up, shocked. "You shouldn't." "Maybe not," I said, my voice trembling. "But Anna would have wanted me to." When I stepped outside, the rain had stopped. The forest smelled of wet earth and memory. I looked up at the sky and whispered, "Thank you, my child. You did protect me, even in your silence." Somewhere deep inside, I felt her presence, quiet, like the way she used to hold my hand when she was little. That night, I didn't cry. For the first time, I felt something else, peace. For days after that night in the cabin, I moved through life like a shadow, not in pain, but in silence. Everything felt still, like the world was holding its breath. I would sit by the window, watching the sunlight shift across the floor, and think about Anna. Her laughter, her small hands when she was little, her eyes when she said goodbye after her wedding. Now I finally understood what she was trying to tell me without words. She wasn't running from me. She was running for me. I remember the morning she left. I had hugged her tightly and said, "Promise me you'll be happy." She smiled, but there was something in her eyes, something I didn't see then. It was goodbye. She carried my love like a shield, and even when she disappeared, she left a message of love, one I only learned to read years later. In the weeks that followed, I visited her old room every day. It was exactly as she had left it. The books, the photos, the tiny wooden jewelry box her father had given her. One evening, I opened the box. Inside, I found a folded piece of paper I had never seen before. It was a letter, addressed to me. My hands trembled as I opened it. "Mom, if you ever read this, it means you found the truth. Please don't be angry. I couldn't bear to watch you lose everything again. I thought keeping the secret would protect you. I wish I could tell you this in person, but I hope someday you'll understand. Love isn't about staying. Sometimes it's about ... I pressed the letter to my chest and closed my eyes. I could almost hear her voice again, gentle and calm, and for the first time in years, I smiled through my tears. The next morning, I went back to the cabin, one last time. The rain had washed the forest clean. Everything smelled of pine and damp earth. The door creaked open easily. The air inside was cool, still heavy with the scent of old wood. I stood in the middle of the room and whispered, "She forgave you, Michael." And so did I. He looked at me, eyes swollen from crying, his face older somehow. There was no hatred left between us, just two people broken by the same truth. He nodded slowly. "I'll live with what I did for the rest of my life." I said softly, "Then live with kindness." That's what she would have wanted. He lowered his head, whispering, "Thank you." After that day, I never saw him again. But sometimes, when I pass by Miller Creek, I see fresh flowers near the trail. And I know he remembers too. Months turned into years. The pain didn't vanish, but it softened. I started volunteering at the same shelter where Anna once helped. At first, I only wanted to feel close to her. But soon, I began to see what she saw. People carrying quiet pain, searching for a place to belong. There was a little girl there once, with the same curious eyes Anna had when she was small. She liked to draw flowers on napkins. One day, she gave me one and said, "This one is for your daughter." I didn't ask how she knew. I just smiled. Maybe love travels in ways we can't explain. Every evening, I light a candle by the window. I sit in her old chair and talk to her, softly, as if she's just in the next room. I tell her about my day, about the people I met, the stories I heard. I tell her that I'm proud, that I finally understand her silence. Sometimes I imagine her listening, smiling gently, her hand resting on my shoulder. And I whisper, "You can rest now, my love. You did what you had to do." Life has a strange way of healing. It doesn't erase the scars. It teaches us to live with them. The truth didn't break me, it freed me. I used to think love meant holding on tightly. Now I know. Sometimes love means letting someone go without anger. It means trusting that they did what they believed was right, even when it hurt. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, I went to the meadow behind our house, the place where Anna used to chase butterflies as a child. The grass swayed gently in the wind, glowing gold under the fading light. I closed my eyes and said a prayer, not for answers, but for peace. And in that silence, I felt something soft brush against me, like the warmth of a memory or a goodbye that never truly ended. Maybe it was the wind, maybe it was her. But I knew one thing for sure. She was finally free, and so was I. Sometimes I still wake up before dawn and sit by the window. The world feels quiet then, like everything is listening. In that silence, I talk to her, not with words, but with thoughts, memories, and love. People often say time heals everything, but I don't think that's true. Time doesn't heal. Love does. Love teaches us how to live with the pain, how to breathe through it, how to turn sorrow into strength. When I look back now, I don't see just the loss. I see moments, tiny, shining moments that still live inside me. The day she learned to ride a bicycle, the way she laughed when it rained, the way she hugged me after her wedding, whispering, "I'll always be your girl." Those memories used to hurt. Now, they heal. I used to ask myself, why didn't she tell me everything? But now I know. Sometimes silence is not distance. It's protection. It's love choosing peace over pain. She carried the weight alone, so I wouldn't have to. And even though I wish I could have helped her, I've learned to forgive her for that choice. Because love isn't perfect, it's human. There's a quote I once read that stayed with me. The ones who leave us don't truly go away. They just move into the spaces between our breaths. I believe that now. Sometimes when I'm cooking and the aroma of jasmine tea fills the air, I feel her near. Sometimes, when the evening breeze touches my face, it feels like her gentle hand brushing away my tears. She's here, not in sight, but in spirit. In every kind act, every quiet smile, every heart that chooses to forgive.